Beware the Rise of the Machines. Classic Movies by Judy Dungeey. Desk Set, 1957. Stars Katharine Hepburn, Spencer Tracy, Gig Young, Joan Blondell. Director Walter Lang. The year 1957 was just about the epitome of style and modern design, when the world was at last recovering from World War II and beginning to truly relish the meaning of the phrase modern world. But among the gorgeous frocks and stylish furniture, computers were also setting a worrying trend that was making people hesitate. Desk Set is a fluffy romantic comedy that uses as its main conceit this new idea that computers would pose a threat to the lives and jobs of ordinary people. The mismatch of romance between a bright, intelligent librarian and a bright, intelligent but single-minded computer engineer, inventor, efficiency expert, Spencer Tracy, is the focus of the fun. But the lurking presence of the computer puts an entirely different slant on things when seen through our 21st century prism. We know what that presence will mean. We know that their fears are real. We have seen the future. In Desk Set, Katharine Hepburn plays Bunny Watson, the head of a reference library at a major television network. She and her staff of 3 female librarians are available in business hours to answer the myriad calls from the other departments in the building for any information they need, from does the King of the Watusis drive a car to what are the names of Santa's reindeer. Things have been buzzing along nicely for years. Bunny, Hepburn, has been practically engaged for 7 long years to her executive beau/boss, Mike Cutler. Gig Young, and her office plant, a philodendron, has been there so long it has almost taken over her office. Into this settled world comes the disruptor, Richard Sumner, Tracy, ostensibly no more threatening than any other efficiency expert, until it is revealed that he is there to install his latest invention, EMIRAC, Electromagnetic Memory and Research Arithmetical Calculator, or EMI for short. Bunny and her staff immediately assume, something Sumner has warned them against, that their jobs are now superfluous, and they become quite hostile towards him. Nevertheless, fate intercedes, and Bunny and Sumner bond over a mix-up on a rainy night, and are brought even closer together in a cosy corner at the office Christmas party, where prodigious amounts of champagne are consumed, mostly by Bunny. But then, EMIRAC becomes a reality, and the relationship is in trouble. Emmy is installed and begins answering questions for the network staff. Bunny and her co-workers, believing they are fired, sit and watch with satisfaction as Emmy, predictably, fails spectacularly. Then Mike Cutler finally proposes to Bunny, which will mean she will have to leave her position anyway to follow him to his new role. What will happen to Sumner? What of their blooming romance? How will Emmy cope? The film is primarily your basic 3-cornered romantic comedy, a vehicle for continuing the wonderful Hepburn-Tracy pairing that had given us so many great movies. Adam's Rib, Pat and Mike, Woman of the Year, not to mention a salacious look at the 2 real-life illicit lovers. The idea of EMIRAC as a novel threat to anyone's job was just an excuse, a nail to hang the romance upon. While in the film, Bunny and Sumner finally achieved their détente with EMIRAC, the very threat of computers taking over the world continues to exist today, almost 80 years later. The difference between the scare that early computerization caused yesterday and the menace that AI now presents is that AI's threat is existential. The very physicality of EMIRAC, which took up most of the desk space in the office, an issue all on its own, is what is different. EMIRAC was a huge, clunky machine that flashed lights, burped and winked, and had violent temper tantrums that included loud sirens requiring instant action with a bobby pin. Represented in human form by the cold and severe attendant technician Miss Warriner, EMIRAC is seen as self-centred, unemotional, unless frustrated, and without empathy of any form. In fact, your garden variety psychotic. Whereas today, AI exists without hardware per se, silently, pervasively, somewhere out there in the ether, turning up on our own laptops, mobile phones and Fitbits, watching and listening. It is all-knowing, even our deepest, most private thoughts. It has crept up on us gradually, and now it's here, and there are no loud sirens when it is displeased. Today's AI is so sophisticated that, unlike Miss Warriner, it can even demonstrate a sense of humour all of its own. That's a sure sign of sentience. With this level of insight, AI can write our stories, make our films, create our art, sit our exams, and it's long since learned how to do our sums and calculate our science. It won't just put us out of work, it will be our culture. Bunny was right, we're doomed. Desk Set can be bought digitally on Amazon Prime and Google Play Movies.